Welcome to Stone Canyon Ranch. We have 100 acres here, and when I bought it, it was a broken down cattle ranch. When I found it, it was in a pretty bad state of disrepair. So I didn't know anything about ranching, literally nothing. I started out just taking down barbed wire and T-posts and things like that. Slowly started buying equipment and learning how to run the tractors and things like that. And it wasn't long before it was, I looked forward to it every weekend to get on the ranch and tear it up and make it better. So we improved the fields first. I got a tractor and started haying our own pastures, and that morphed into a horse boarding operation. Then I decided that, like everybody finds out sooner or later, that horses are not enough. So I started building these cabins, and started the first cabin that we're sitting at now in 2011. I was the designer, the architect, the decorator, everything. So the cabin got built in a matter of about 6 or 9 months, somewhere in that time frame. And I ended up going to every flea market I could find and trying to fill in the gaps and make it as rustic and authentic as I could. I decided to give it a Civil War theme, so that helped me with what I needed to find and how I needed to decorate. So as you saw inside the cabins, we've got both North and South represented. And the thing I tell people about these cabins is they were probably the most, for me, a labor of love like nothing other. I poured heart and soul into both the cabins. By the time they were done, I had something pretty impressive, and it was just kind of organic. I didn't expect and plan for it them to be as nice as they are. Here at the Civil War, we've been open for rentals for 7 years now, and it's very popular. We have a lot of repeat business. Most of our business comes from Texas, but we've had people from Europe and Australia and China, all over the world. The other cabin we opened in 2015, and I call it the Bootlegger's Shack, and it has a bootlegger's theme. So the theme of that cabin was that two bootleggers stumbled upon a broken down cabin many, many years ago during the U.S. Alcohol prohibition. And they stole materials from all over the county and wherever they could get materials, and they slowly rebuilt this broken down cabin. And that's why nothing in it matches. That's why all the finishes are unique. That was the funnest part for me, is just trying to come up with clever ways to have it appear old and rustic, but have all the modern amenities. So no, that was a really fun project. So we've boarded horses now for about 12 years. We've got 4 different barns that we keep them in, and this barn nearest the cabins is where I keep my personal horses, actually. And we've got the round pen that we train in, and we've got nice paddocks out there. But people can, when they visit the ranch, they can bring their horses, and that's where we put them up. I tell people that, it feels like you're in the hill country without the 4-hour drive. So we get a lot of Dallas people that come and rent the cabins because it's so convenient. We're just 20 minutes south of downtown Dallas, but you feel like you're in the middle of anywhere you want to be. Yeah, for me it was the perfect blend. I work in Dallas, so I'm able to be in Dallas in 25 minutes in the morning. And but we still have grocery stores, and we have a mall just 15 minutes away. So you have all the things that you would want, but once you close the gate behind you on the ranch, there's literally, it all disappears behind you. Yeah, the creeks were the selling point for me. I ended up coming out to see what I thought was going to be 100 flat rectangular acres, right? So the creeks were a real surprise. So the creeks run year-round. Even in the driest weather, we have spring-fed creeks that will trickle. They won't run heavy. But the creeks, the 2 of them come together here on the property and form a beautiful little rock peninsula right down here, just a few feet away, that is riddled with fossils. So one of the things that I do with all my guests is I take them on a fossil tour. The first house, the smallest one that's at the ranch entrance, that's been here for 80 or 90 years. So we remodeled that about 5 years ago, inside and out. windows, doors, everything. So it's a very nice house, and that's where my cabin hosts live. The house I live in was here, built in 1961, and when I bought the ranch, I remodeled that inside and out twice. We finished the outside about 3 years ago. We have a very large equipment barn, 50 by 100, so that's where the shop is. From day one, as soon as you close the gate behind you, you're literally anywhere you want to be. Wyoming, Montana, Hill Country, Tennessee. So for me, that was really nice. I could live those two worlds, working in Dallas, fighting the traffic. I get here and it's just serene and peaceful. Really can't even hear traffic. Where we're sitting now is a 10-acre part that's between the two creeks, so it's really buffered from everything around it. And the tree line creates a complete privacy because you can't see another house, road, anything. So no, that's I think the biggest advantage to this cabin or to this property is that once you're inside the gates, you're anywhere you want to be.